You're listening to the 5-Minute Friday podcast episode of The Aligned Self. This is your host, Daniel J-N-O-V. Okay, 5-Minute Friday, a short and concise podcast episode of The Aligned Self designed to leave you with a question, an idea, a strategy, a tip, a hack, in order to give you greater access to your conscious awareness, evolving your conscious awareness, or give you greater mastery over your mind. Well, hello, friend. Welcome into this 5-Minute Friday. Today, I want to keep this as concise as possible. The intention is always on Friday to keep it short, but it doesn't always work that way. So let's get on with it. Today, I'm going to be talking about momentum and the nature of the universe. Many people tell me from time to time that they've been manifesting, they've been doing the practices, they've created the intention, the vision board, and nothing seems to be happening. They actually use the words that their efforts have been stalled, stopped. They're idle. Well, I want to talk about the universe in a way that perhaps can expand your awareness about what's going on. The universe does not stand still. In fact, the only constancy of the universe, of our world, of reality, is that everything is in a constant state of dynamic flux. It's either in the process of expanding or contracting. If you think about it at the atomic level, we are giving up ions or taking ions on, giving off electrons or taking electrons on. For instance, let's take a simple automobile. As the automobile rolls off the assembly line, it immediately is in the process of oxidizing. The paint is oxidizing. It's giving up solvents. It's actually turning to dust right before our very eyes. The plastics in the car inside are beginning to oxidize. And you especially see that in hot climates. It may not be immediately noticeable, but most of us are aware at one point or another that there is a white haze that has developed over the windshield. We just think it's dirt or smoke or something. It is actually the oxidized particles of the carpet and the seats, the plastic in the car. And of course, ultraviolet rays, the rays of the sun, exacerbates it or accelerates this breakdown. Now let's take our bodies. Our bodies are in a constant state of change. Our cells take on oxygen, they process nutrients, generate energy, there's cell division, and there's cellular elimination. There's also a dynamic state of communication going on between the cells, assessing whether or not we're in danger or we're in growth. This communication takes place neurochemically or biochemically, and it also takes place via photons at the quantum level, which is important because we need to make immediate changes to our environment in order to maintain a homeostasis or a safe environment. You see, we're constantly processing nutrition, eliminating, rebuilding cells, dropping cells. Our heart is constantly beating. In fact, every time the heart beats, it switches polarity in your body, which is the electromagnetic field of your heart. When it switches polarity, it changes the charge of the entire system, so it sucks nutrients in the cells and then expels them out of the cells based on the electrical charge of the heart. And all this is done while monitoring your environment, monitoring your vitals, maintaining the balance of your system. It also takes into account your emotional state because through epigenetics, we actually adapt to our ongoing emotions. That's a way we communicate to our internal systems. And that emotional state is created based on the things that we're paying attention to and our interaction with our environment. With most of this going on outside your conscious awareness. Now, I could go on and list things here and list things over here, and everything is in this process of either decay or growth, expansion or contraction. The universe is made up of energy. So energy is everything. There's a constant exchange of energy. Energy is never destroyed. It only transmutes and transforms into different expressions. And so if you've been tempted to actually make the statement that your manifestations are stalled or nothing seems to be happening, It's just that you're not aware of what's happening. But that not always be the case. All you have to do is stop for a moment and check in with yourself, like turn your attention inside, self-reflect, and just ask the question, am I leaning towards my intention or am I leaning away from it? And this doesn't necessarily mean, am I operating at a high vibe state or is my energy as high as it could be? No, just in that moment, right now, am I leaning towards my intention or am I leaning away from it? You can generate a definite feeling about which way you are leaning. Are you attracting it? Are you being magnetic or you're attracting it, even if it's ever so slight? Or are you repelling it based on your thoughts, based on your energy? This check-in, this self-reflection, this moment of self-reflection only takes a moment, is a way to immediately discover whether or not you're attracting your intention or repelling it. Then, once you get an answer, if you're in the process of attracting it, ask the question, I wonder how I can amplify this. If you discover, oh my gosh, based on my attention, based on my energy, based on what I'm focusing on right now, I'm actually repelling my intention. Then you ask the question, how can I come to neutral? How can I just stop it? Then, how can I lean in the direction of my intention? Just ever so slightly. You just have to ever so slightly lean in the direction of your intention and you begin building momentum. And this is where it especially is important that you just get the sense of it. You pretend, you act as if you get the feeling that you're leaning in the direction of your intention, fulfilling on your intention, attracting your intention, then you are building momentum. You keep leaning until you begin to fall over right into your intention. I say that metaphorically, but you kind of get the idea. What is especially freeing about this perspective is that there are no grand gestures. There's no big energy outputs, a lot of activity you have to put in place, no big changes you have to make within yourself to begin moving in a new direction or actually aligning with your intention. You just check in and lean in the direction of the fulfillment of your desire. And then you just trust the process is on its way. How can you trust that? Because the universe is in a constant state of dynamic flux. And so even though it is imperceptible or it doesn't necessarily feel as if things are moving rapidly, they are. It's acceleration. Just discover which direction are you leaning and then lean in the direction that you want. Even more. That's it for this 5-Minute Friday, and I hope it frees you up from thinking that you have to really effort to manifest something. Just lean, and let gravity or the force of the universe take care of the rest. That's it for this 5-Minute Friday. This is your friend and host, Daniel Denovi, urging you to follow your bliss. Live your life from inner signals. Be inner directed as you engage in the epic adventure.